guys, today we are in Jamaica, we are in Barbados. We're going to see what Mottley, or what's her name, and at the same time we are in Jamaica. We are going to see what our Prime Minister, the Prime Minister Andrew Holness, we're going to see what him and Mia, they are doing the same in common. Mia of Barbados is fighting for the security in her country. She want her country to be the best, to be the most peaceful country ever. In the other hand, our one and only Prime Minister of Jamaica is fighting for his country even before election. We have watched a lot of videos. Today I will still play another video for you guys where Andrew Holness is also fighting for security in his own country. You see, these two Prime Ministers, they are the real G. They are the real banger. If I have not called your country, please pardon me. I told you, slowly by slowly, all the Caribbean countries, we are going to check into it. So today on our table, we are going to watch this hour. President of Barbados, a woman that can be more than 10 men. I beg, if you are a man in my channel, don't mind me, but the woman is a very strong woman. Even in her voice alone, if she speaks, even if in fact you are a criminal, you will adjust. So let's go and watch Mia. But before we go, guys, did I even tell you, welcome to the channel, welcome to the Black Beauty TV, and thank you so much for always supporting my channel. Kindly subscribe and be part of us. Now we are going straight to watch what she's saying about the insecurity in Barbados and what they are doing, or what they will do to you if you are among those that you are making the country unbearable to other people. So let's watch her, and then we come, we say something, and then we watch the Prime Minister of Jamaica. See you guys.
I'm telling you that we have to find a way of making sure that the handful of people who feel that it is theirs to torment and to terrify communities in this country are invited to go to another country or to put it down. There are places where war exists. If war is your business and you like it, I am sure we can find a way to get you involved in the wars over there. But not in Barbados. And for us to succeed, it isn't only appropriate to say right, it is for us to go in our houses, and when we see wrong, call out the wrong. Whatever else you have to say about what happened in the States with Charlie Kirk, it is the father that tells his son what? You carry yourself into the police, or I can carry you. Simple as that. And we need more of that in this country, because we need to know the very person that you think you may be defending may be the very person that ends up causing the worst problems in your household or in your community as you go forward. So I can only continue to speak with honesty and with clarity to Bajans. This is a national issue. And as bad as we are, and we've changed in part, we are nowhere near as bad, regrettably. There are others, regrettably, who are worse than us, significantly worse. And there are others who have seen their crime numbers go even way, 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 way beyond anything we can contemplate. And as a region, we have said that this region pays too high a price for the right of Americans to bear arms. And then equally, when you have conflict in other parts of the region, guns and arms will always, always circulate. The government has been very clear, and it has taken us a while, that there are things that we have to put in place to continue to protect our borders, and we're not easing from that. And not because we want to be unpopular with some, but because we know the consequences of failing to hold a line on certain things.
So that is the Prime Minister herself. We will still watch another one, but after we watch Andrew Holness. If you want war, not in Barbados, not in the Caribbean, not in Jamaica, there are a lot of countries. In fact, they need free soldiers. So if your spirit, you want a war, according to the Prime Minister of Barbados, these are the type of prime ministers, presidents, governors that every country need to have. when you are choosing your prime minister, your governor, your president, you have to know, is that person going to stand with you? I always watch this prime minister of Barbados. The way she will stand and speak like a man, you will know sometimes that what a woman can do or what a man can do, a woman can do better. Women that are so strong. She was, in fact, people of Barbados, they did not make mistake for selecting this woman as their prime minister, because she stood and she's standing for her country like a man, defending her people, wanting the peace to reign in Barbados. I've heard this thing, but I don't know how sure it is. I always say, because I've not been to any Caribbean country. I just do videos on YouTube. I've heard a lot of people talk about how Barbados is really advanced. But anyway, as I've said, I've never been there. If it is like that, then this woman have really done a lot. But I know for sure, and I've done that video before, Barbados is one of the countries in the Caribbean that got the strongest passport, that can travel to so many countries without visa. But at the same time, there are a lot of things that go around in Barbados just still like in the UK. I heard that in Barbados they still use the same driving license with the UK. I don't know how true that is, but it is what it is. What we are talking about today is what the Prime Minister is doing, trying to protect our own country from all these gang members, all these people that like to make life in a country unbearable for the citizen. So if you have somebody like that in your home, just as she gave example with a guy that they just buy in the US, if you have somebody like that in your house, don't hide that person, because that person might be the problem in your community. That person might be the problem in your own household. So you see the Mia Mottley of Barbados, she's the strongest woman, and that is why I brought this video to compare her with Jamaican Prime Minister. Because these are the two prime ministers that I would say I've read or I've really watched closely a little bit on social media, and I know that they are working for their country back to back. Later, we will enter Trinidad Tobago, we will check. I know that in Trinidad and Tobago, there are also a lot of crimes going on. But what is the government doing about it? We have done a lot of videos the other time about gangs and Christmas lists. But for now, we'll chill and then we'll check on that in another video. A lot of countries are in the Caribbean, just like other people will always tell me. It's a reality, but it is step by step. We can't do everything in one day. For now, guys, we are going to watch the Prime Minister of Jamaica. What is Andrew Holness doing to the people of Jamaica to make sure that peace reign in Jamaica? Before, when you go online watching videos about Jamaica, what do you see? A lot of people travel all the way to Jamaica to bring bad name about gangs, about insecurity, and the government of Jamaica woke up and said, no, our country is a full package, and our country is not supposed to be left in the hands of any gangs. People in our country need to have that freedom of, like, you have your freedom of movement and everything. Freedom to live your life the way you want to live it in Jamaica. And then Andrew Holness, the Prime Minister of Jamaica, for the third time in his seat, he began to do his best, make sure that all parishes in Jamaica get that security. He began to work with the police, and he began to put his effort to see that peace, that security, and after that, the insecurity in Jamaica was brought down. Ask yourself, why the Jamaicans still select or elect Prime Minister Andrew Holness for the third time? Because he has made Jamaica a better place for a lot of people. Now, guys, let us go and watch Andrew Holness. There are a lot of beautiful things to say about this country, Jamaica, about the Prime Minister, about what he has done to the people of Jamaica, about the things going on newly happening in Jamaica. Imagine the school buses. I did not even talk about that one. You could see the joy, the happiness. Even though I saw some videos that some kids are fighting, it's normal. They are kids. Some people are even saying, oh, they are used to running to catch up the taxi. And now they don't know how to be orderly and then wait for the buses. All we are going to say is that God bless Jamaica, God bless JLP, and God bless the Caribbean. Let's go and watch the Prime Minister of Jamaica. After watching him with the police, giving him that report, and then we'll go back and watch Mia of Barbados, and we'll see if we'll call it a day. If you have not liked the Black Beauty TV's video, kindly like the video. If you have not subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the Black Beauty TV, and then we move ahead. Thank you and God bless you. See you.
Afternoon, sir. That's it, sir. We're doing well, sir. In fact, I'm proud to report to you, sir, that again, we continue the growth and the build on in terms of our murder reduction across St. Andrews South. We're going some 16 days without an incident of murder.
Excellent.
And it's our push, working with the residents, to go as long as we can in this manner. That is seen as reflecting 14% reduction in murders year over year. There are some areas of crime that coming forward. I believe there are a number of elements that is causing same primary among accusation crimes. Because as the confidence in the constabulary force increases, you'll find more and more individuals who are victims of crimes are also coming forward because of their greater confidence that the many technologies that we put on show and that we speak of so eloquently that they believe it can help in solving much of these acquisition crimes such as larceny, just a grab off a phone and other things are coming to the fore. We're making some headways in much of those, of course.
But as we head into the festive season, I keep getting these requests and in fact complaints regarding the permits,
yes, sir,
for parties and street dances. The independence period,
yes,
is known for parties and street dances. What's the stance of the police?
I can assure you, sir, across St. Andrews South, we continue to work with our citizens in a very constructive way when it comes down to events. There may be 2 or 3 communities at this point where we are very much cautious in terms of how we go about doing permits for them. But again, with some 15, 16 days going without a murder, for example, that in of itself would tell what the atmosphere on the ground is like, which of course bolsters our confidence in granting more permits and of course with the very presence and supervision of the police to ensure their success.
Is there a promoter, entertainer grouping in the area? Because I think that would be a good place to start.
So many of the communities do have. So for example, there is one in Olympic Way, there is one in the Duane Park police area, there is one in the Greenwich Farm police area. Of course, Greenwich Farm, one of those newer ones that came out of our initiatives recently. And so I would have had a series of meetings with them thus far, several meetings in Olympic Way, in Greenwich Farm, in Painland, several meetings with party promoters.
Because, we have the hip strip.
Yes.
And there are persons complaining that they can't keep parties. It's the hip strip. It's a time for the festive season. Let's bring them together and hear what their issues are.
We can further engage them, sir. But the hip strip is not one of those areas that we currently have curfew enacted. So we do have, I think last weekend I signed and hold my head because I signed about 4 or 5 permits for just the strip alone, which, can, of course, Greenwich Farm similarly, like 5, 6 permits for the entire weekend, several events and parties, round robins and things taking place. And again, we do so in the confines of the fact that we must police them, we must ensure their safety.
What we have to get now, I think, is to get people to own the peace.
Yes.
That's the problem. So we have peace generally, but if people own it and say, you know what, this piece is beneficial and economically profitable for me, let me try and make sure that nobody violates the peace.
So you speak of something that I'm a proponent of. I keep speaking of the fact that I'm not able to put a police in every home or on every street, but I can have police on every street and in every home because the citizens themselves buy into the peace. They buy in and themselves stand as police or should I say guardians of the peace. And so therefore we can have police just about everywhere. And I can say, so far, I don't think it's a fluke. 15, 16 days going in St. Andrews South without a major crime or a murder speaks to itself as to what exactly we're doing and the partnership.
So keep up the good work.
Thank you, sir.
So, you guys, that is our Prime Minister, the Prime Minister of Jamaica, Andrew Holness, working for his country to make sure that his citizens in Jamaica are working freely. This is not only done because of the tourists that are dropping every day in Jamaica. No. And why am I even playing this video or even bringing this video for you? There are a lot of videos about Jamaica there, about Andrew Holness, how he is making sure that Jamaica is safe for everybody. I brought this video once again because I saw the Prime Minister of Barbados, what she is doing for her country, trying also to fight all these gang members, all these people disturbing the country's peace. So I remember I said, yes, something is happening also like that in Jamaica. This is what Andrew Holness has been fighting, has been doing for his country to make sure that no any gang. He said there are a lot of videos out there. I did not really sit down to go and pack all those videos, but a lot of you that have been watching and you are following the Prime Minister of Jamaica, you know that he is really, during his campaign, his main topic was this insecurity in Jamaica. As I have said, it's not only just because our tourists are dropping every day in Jamaica, but it includes that. Because everybody that is in Jamaica or come to Jamaica have to have that freedom of movement, not to be afraid of going to some areas, of going to some places, thinking that something is going to happen to you. So he makes sure that Jamaica, that is one first thing that this guy really focused himself, because he knows that it is when you are alive that you fight for other things. So he focused his attention. In fact, he spent a lot of resources in making sure that the insecurity in Jamaica reduces. As we know, Jamaica is a full package. And when a country is a full package, it's supposed to be a full package for everybody, including citizens, and there's one video I didn't plan to talk about it. I really wanted to talk about that video before, but I didn't make that reaction, where a lot of people say that the beaches are only for the tourists. No, there's a video where the Prime Minister of Jamaica said that Jamaicans, they have access to all their beaches in Jamaica, but we're not talking about that one today. Today we are on top of the insecurity in Jamaica and how it's being tackled, and how the Prime Minister of Barbados is also tackling her own insecurity in her country. So if you want war, if you don't want peace, according to the Prime Minister of Barbados, and then here in Jamaica is also not allowed. According to the Prime Minister of Barbados, if you want war, you don't want peace, you want fight, she can help you. Are you understanding? If you're watching me, she in fact, she can help you. She can make connection for you. She can, in fact, maybe she will take you to, I don't know, Palestine, Israel, Iraq, Iran. Maybe she can help you to go there where there is fight. In fact, she can even help you to Sambisa Forest in Nigeria, where the real banger is happening. So if you are like that, you don't have place in Barbados, you don't have place in Jamaica to do that. That is what this video. In the other hand, there's another video that this Prime Minister of Barbados posted. She said that the people of the country always say, oh, do this for the insecurity, because of insecurity. Oh, do this. And when you do this, the people are complaining of this. When you do this, the people are complaining of another different thing. Let's watch that video, guys, before we call it a day. Please kindly like the video and subscribe to the Black Beauty TV.
But also, let me be frank. Some of the voices who shout, do something about crime, are the same voices who cry, not that, not that, whenever we act. Do something about the daylight robberies, they say. We change the tent rules as requested by the police of this country, who continue to be fearful for their lives when approaching cars, not knowing what lies behind a very dark, tinted or titanium window. But they say not that. Then they tell you, do something about criminals getting away with murder. And we make the move to make wireless interception admissible as evidence so real criminals will stop slipping through. Then you hear, no, not that either. At some point, Barbados, leadership must mean this. We will listen, we will consult, we will refine, but we will not be paralyzed by the impossible task of pleasing everyone. The rights of the many to live safe, decent lives cannot be held hostage by the few who would prey upon them. And we will lead, my friends, trust me, as we did before, through difficult moments, just as we did when we tried to save the dollar and our fixed exchange rate, just as we did when we tried to recover from the freak storm and the ash fall and indeed the hurricane, as we did in the pandemic, where discipline and clarity saw us safely to the other side. The lockdowns were not comfortable, but look how we came out on the other side. And we all know that very often in our personal lives, we have to go through some level of pain in order to recover whenever we are ill or whenever we have broken a bone. The second measure, my friends, is the Criminal Proceedings Witness Anonymity Bill. Too many cases regrettably collapse because good people are afraid, and with reason, believe you me. This law gives the court, not the government, the tools to protect identity when it is necessary, and only if it remains fair to the accused. That means judges can order screens, voice modulation, redaction of identifying details, and indeed special directions to juries to guard against any prejudice to the accused. It also creates penalties for those who would reveal a protected witness. The principle is simple. We will not let fear silence truth, and we will not permit truth to trample fairness. You cannot ask a mother to choose between her child's safety and the pursuit of justice. The third point I want to address is the Police Amendment Bill, which regularizes special constables as police officers, giving them a clear path into the police service and helping us to augment the numbers of persons doing surveillance, just as the Commission of Crime from the Democratic Labour Party has asked us to do. I would have spoken to this during the budget, and now we ensure that this will align, the amendment will align with our Constitution and modern policing practice. And why? You cannot build a first-class justice system on second-class arrangements for the people who stand between citizens and harm. This is about pensions for them. This is about training the officers. This is about standards that they must adhere to. And this is about the accountability that the country will demand of them. It is about their capacity so that when you call, that someone will answer. And when they answer, that they're empowered and they're professional to treat to your matters. Fourthly, the Juries Bill modernizes how we call and support jurors. Outdated property and income barriers belong to another era. Jury service, my friends, should look like Barbados, across our communities, across ages, and across income levels. And if we ask you to serve, we must make it possible for you to do so without hardship. When juries are representative, verdicts carry the weight and legitimacy that justice demands. We must allow the jury system to work efficiently. We're therefore allowing for the joinder of indictments so that we would no longer have to do multiple trials involving differently constituted juries when a single jury trial would suffice. For example, if a man is charged with murder and rape and burglary all at the same time, we now have to hold separate trials because a murder jury is 12 and the other juries are 9. Let us remove that artificial barrier and save time, save money, and be fair to all. Fifth, the Firearms Amendment Bill tightens the law around illegal guns and components. My friend, this is about closing loopholes, supporting enforcement, and making sure that those who take people's lives face the full force of the law. A safer Barbados is not built by marching up and down every weekend. It is built by clear statutes, capable policing, and strong courts working together. We have to go back and do a slight amendment to that Firearms Amendment Bill because we recognize that there may well be too broad a definition of components, and we need to qualify it by putting the word major before it so that persons are not inadvertently caught in the loop by dealing with components of firearms. When we put the 5 together, you see an architecture, tools to detect, protection to testify, people to police, citizens to judge, and laws to deter. This is critical, and each piece respects our Constitution. Each piece has guardrails, and even with the amendments that we're doing now, we are strengthening it as we go forward. Each piece answers a real problem in our justice chain. You might have said that the Attorney General should have taken more time and taken his time to get here, but the reality is that the pursuit of perfection very often in governance is the obstacle to progress, and what therefore is required sometimes is speed, but when we recognize that there are still things to be changed, we will change. This is what it means to govern in the public interest. And this, my friends, is taking the country in the right direction. I ask you to walk with us in these steps.
So you guys, that's the Prime Minister of Barbados. If you take somebody's life, you have to face the law. You have to pay for it. You cannot do it and then you go free. So if you think you are doing that, you have to think about it. And at the end of the day, even you yourself, one day you are going. Thank you so much, guys, for watching the Black Beauty TV, and I hope you like this video. Shout out to you Barbadians in the house. Shout out to you, my Jamaican brothers and sisters, and know that I will always love you guys back to back. Thank you, and God bless you all. Have a wonderful time. It's me, the real daughter of the soil, supporting the son of the soil. Have a wonderful time. Bye-bye.
Yeah, yeah. From the island sun to the world stage, this is Jamaica. One love forever. From the hills of Blue Mountain to Kingston town, we carry a sound that shake the ground. Bob Marley say, get up, stand up for your rights. Now the whole wide world singing in the night.
From Usain on the track, lightning fast, to the rhythms in the dance that will always last. We small on the map, but we shine so bright, giving the world a little island life.
Jamaica to the world, we bring the love, we bring the fire. Reggae heartbeat, lifting spirits higher. From the beaches to the streets, feel the sunshine in your soul. Jamaica, forever fish on the morning plate, jerk chicken spice make the whole world wait. Patties in the oven, sweet sorrel wine, island flavor standing the test of time.
Colors of the flag flying proud in the breeze, green for the land, gold for victories, black for the strength we've carried so long, and pride in our heart is forever strong.
One island, many voices, from the drum to the bass the world rejoices. When Jamaica talk, the world a listen. When Jamaica sing,